Well, hi again, everyone. This is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and well, it's been a while since I've done a actual gameplay video, and well, I figured to get started. I haven't decided on what my next big time project will be, so in the meantime, I'm going to do an extension of the Gaylord Perry project, along with some other Cy Young Award winning projects that I've done. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having the Cy Young Award winners. They did their replay of pitch against pitchers that they did not face but finished in the top like 5 or 6 if as long as they were starters. Of course, for 1972, Sparky Lyle of the Yankees got Cy Young Award votes, but he was a reliever, not a starter. But the person who finished runner-up to Gaylord Perry was Mickey Lolich, and they did not face each other in the 1972 regular season, so we will have a little bit of an exhibition game. And the Indians will be the visiting team. I will not roll for weather effects. Ballpark effects will be, we're playing in Super Advanced, 1 to 15 for lefties for ballpark single, 1 to 9 ballpark single for righties, and ballpark home runs 1 to 19 for each. And the starting lineup for the Cleveland Indians, leading off and playing center field, is Del Unser. Batting second, playing second, is Jack Brohammer. Batting third and playing first base is Chris Chambliss. Batting cleanup and playing third base is Greg Nettles. Batting fifth and playing catcher is Ray Fosse. Batting sixth and playing left field is Tommy McCraw. Batting seventh and playing right field is John Lowenstein. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Frank Duffy. And pitching is Gaylord Perry. The defense behind Mickey Lolich. Behind the plate is Bill Freehan. Going the infield from right to left at first base is Norm Cash. At second base is Dick McAuliffe. At shortstop is Ed Brinkman. Yeah, I think it's Ed Brinkman. At third base is Tony Taylor. In left field, it's Willie Horton. In center field, it's Mickey Stanley. And in right field is Jim Northrup. And we'll go ahead and get started. And here's the pitch to Unser. And that's a 1-7 against a lefty. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. And that's the way this game starts. Here's Jack Brohammer. Heat on the D20. 1 and a 6. Fly ball to left field. And there is Horton, 2 down. And here's Chris Chambliss. 2 and a 10. Bouncer to third. And Taylor fires across. 1-2-3 inning for Lolich. And after a half inning, it's the Indians nothing and the Tigers coming to bat. And here is Dick McAuliffe. Batting order for the Tigers is McAuliffe, Taylor, and Northrup. Freehan, Cash, and Horton. Stanley, Brinkman, and Lolich. All right, here is Perry. 3 and a 12. Bouncer to second, and Brohammer throws out McAuliffe, 1 away. Here's Tony Taylor. That's a 4 and a 10. Against a righty, ballpark chance, that's a 2. And against a righty, that's our first base hit of today's game. Let's see here. Taylor is I see, got a 4 for a jump. The hold for Perry is -1. Fosse is a -3. So -6, he'd be 1 to 13 if he gets the jump, and we're going to attempt to get a jump. And that's a 4, so he would get the jump. 1 to 13, he steals it. And on a 19, he is meat. So Taylor tries to steal, but gets caught 2-6. 2 down. Here's Jim Northrup. One and a 9. A little ground ball to second, and that would have been a double play ball, so they tried. And that will retire the side after 1 inning complete. The Indians nothing and the Tigers nothing. And Lolich will face Nettles, Fossey, and McCraw here in the top of the second. And here's Nettles. 5 and a 10 against the lefty. Ballpark single, and lefty's only 1-15. That's a 19. So that is it's a fly ball to center field. And that's 1 down. Here's Ray Fossey. Four and a 4. That's a center field chance. On a 10, that's an easy play for Stanley. He only needs a 1. Or he's a 1, so he'll get to everything. And a 10. There should not be a 10 usually for any outfielder. 3. There is no 10, so Stanley makes the nice running catch. 2 away. Here's Tommy McCraw. Three and a 5. And against the lefty, weak ground ball to second. And McAuliffe throws out McCraw. Another 1-2-3 inning for Lolich. And we go to the bottom of the second. Indians nothing, Tigers nothing. Perry will face Freehand, Cash, and Horton here in the bottom of the second. Four and a 10 against a righty. And that's only 1-9. That's a 14. So that is a, 4 and a 10 fly ball to left field. And that's put away by McCraw, 1 away. Here's Norm Cash. Three and a 7. And that's a ground ball to first. And nice play by Chambliss. Takes it to the bag himself. And that's not a column you want to stay in if you're Perry. And here's 2 down. Here's Willie Horton. Three and an 11. Righty is 1-9. That's an 11. So that will be a... So that's a fly ball to left field. And 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers here in the bottom of the second. And after 2 complete, it's the Indians nothing and the Tigers nothing. Here's John Lowenstein. Probably not the smartest pick to play against the lefty, but 4 and a 3 against the lefty. Third base chance. That is on a 16 for Taylor. He will get to it. And that is a 5. I don't think this is going to be a very rare play. 3 and a 16. Let's see what a G1 rare play is. No runner on first. The runner just grounds out. And they're put, even with nobody on, there's no runners holding. So grounds out to third, 1 away. Here is Frank Duffy. Six and an 8 against a righty. 1-4 double chance. That's a 14. And so the Indians get their first hit. 2-out single by Duffy. Lolich has a very good hold. So they'd be -5. They will not hold him on. He'd be a 1-12 if he wanted to try to get a steal, but they will not with the pitcher coming up. Havoc roll for Lolich. Nothing on the 15. And here's Gaylord Perry. Six and a 4. Ground ball to short. 17 for the shortstop Brinkman. And there should not be a 10 on an E7. Well, he's very good. No, there is no 10. So, a little ground ball to short. They'll say he charges, throws to first to get Perry. And that will retire the side. The Indians strand 1 on a hit. After 2.5, it's still the Indians nothing and the Tigers nothing. Bottom third of the order due up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the third. Stanley, Brinkman, and Lolich. And here's Stanley. 4 and a 7. Double on a 1, that's a 10, so that's a fly ball to center field, and Unser tracks that one down 1 away. Here is Ed Brinkman. 6. Oops. I think that was a 4. Yep, 6 and a 6. Ground ball to short. And Duffy retires Brinkman 2 away. And here's Mickey Lolich. Switch hitter batting left-handed. One and an 11. Ground ball back to the mound. Perry throws him out. And that retires the side. 3 complete. Still no score. And you can see why these were the top 2 pitchers in the American League in Cy Young voting. Sorry about that, guys. The camera goes awry. Not the first time that's happened on the channel, and probably won't be the last. All right, and by the way, Lolich's stats in 1974, 22 and 14, 22 wins, 14 losses, with a 2.50 ERA and 41 starts. In 327 innings pitched, he walked 74 and struck out 250. That is a darn fine season. All right. And here's Unser to lead off the top of the 4th. Struck out his first time up. And we'll just read. 3 and a 3 against the lefty. Bouncer to third, and Taylor throws out Unser 1 away. Here's Jack Brohammer. 5 and an 8. Against the lefty, 1-3 triple chance, but that's a 6. So that's a fly ball. Right field, and Northrup tracks it down 2 away. And here's Chris Chambliss, grounded out his first time up. 2 and a 9, swung on and missed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Lolich. And another 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. And going to the bottom of the 4th. Indians nothing, Tigers nothing. And Perry will face the top of the order, McAuliffe, Taylor, and Northrup. And here's McAuliffe, grounded out his first time up. 4 and a 6. Against a lefty, that's ripped into the gap, and that gets by, that splits the center fielder and right fielder, Unser and Lowenstein. It bounces around and into third with a triple, a 1-2 chance, and that's a 1. So leadoff triple for McAuliffe, and the Indians will bring the infield in. I don't think there are going to be many runs scored in this game. Here's Tony Taylor, havoc roll for Perry. Nothing on the 4. Taylor singled his first time up, but was caught stealing. 6 and a 2 against a righty. Swung on and missed, struck him out. First strikeout for Perry today, and that's a big one. Here's Jim Northrup, grounded out his first time up. Another havoc roll for Perry. Once again, nothing on the 4. And here's Northrup. 2 and a 10. And that's ripped down past the third baseman, down the left field line. Scoring from third is McAuliffe. Into second with a double is Northrup. And the Tigers take a 1-0 lead. And they will, I'm going to 15, they will hold Northrup on. Another havoc roll for Perry. As the stadium, it gets a little louder. It gives, as they've scored their first run today. 1 and a 7, and that's a ground ball to second. Fielded by Brohammer, throws to first, but going to third is Northrup, but there are 2 outs. And here's Norm Cash, who grounded 1 to first his first time up. Havoc roll, nothing on the 12. Two and a 7. That's a fly ball to center field. And Unser makes the catch, and that retires a side, but the Tigers get on the board first and lead 1-0 after 4. And leading off the top of the 5th, or at the top of the 5th, Nettles, Fossey, and McCraw. And here's Nettles. 6 and a 9. Swung on and missed, struck him out. 1 away, and here's Ray Fossey. 3 and a 5. Ooh, against the lefty, that's a fly ball to left field. And Horton hears a who and a fly ball and makes the catch. 2 away. There's Tony McCraw. McCraw grounded out his first time up. 3 and an 11. 1-3 single chance. That's a 5. And nice stop. Nice catch there by the second baseman, McAuliffe. And they say he caught that in the air. So that's a line drive. And that retires the side. To the bottom of the 5th. Tigers 1, Indians nothing. Horton, Stanley, and Brinkman due up here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's Willie Horton. 3 and a 6. And from the right column, just the wrong number. Line drive, right to Chambliss. Right at Chambliss. 1 away. And here's Mickey Stanley. Six and a 5. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. 2 away. There's that Brinkman. 3 and an 8. Popped him up. Shortstop Duffy calls off the third baseman. Makes the catch. And that retires the side. We go to the top of the 6th. Tigers still lead 1-0. And it's Lowenstein, Duffy, and Perry due up here in the 6th. And here is Lowenstein. One and a 6. Ooh, popped him up. And the first baseman, Cash, catches it just in fair territory, 1 away. Here is Frank Duffy. Only hit for the Indians so far. 5 and a 6. And that's a fly ball to right field. Going back a few steps is Northrop. 2 away. And here is Gaylord Perry. 4 and an 8. And against a righty, that's just a bit outside ball 4. So second base runner for the Indians. Let's see if this leads to a rally. Here's Del Unser. Will not be holding on Perry. Nothing on the 18 for the Havoc roll. Here's Unser. Five and an 8 against the lefty. 1-3 on the triple chance. That's a no-go. It's an 18, and that's a fly ball to right field. And Northrop makes the catch to retire the side. Indians strand a runner on a walk, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lolich, McAuliffe, and Taylor do up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th. Oops. And Lolich should be using pitcher hitting card number 1, not number 2. My bad. If it was stolen out, I'm not going to care whether the out was correct or not. All right, here's Lolich. 3 and a 6. Ground ball to short. 1 away. And here's Dick McAuliffe. Tripled his last time up and scored the only run of the game. One and a 5. Tapper back to the mound. Perry throws it to first. 2 down. Here's Tony Taylor. Singled and struck out in 2 appearances. 6 and a 9. Shortstop chance, but on a 20, it'd be right there for Duffy. And a 7. Duffy is an 18. There is no 7. So Duffy will range towards second, get it, throw to first, and that retires the side. Through 6, 1-0, Tigers. Brohammer, Chambliss, and Nettles due up for the Indians here in the top of the 7th as Lolich has pitched a masterpiece, only allowing 2 base runners, 1 single, and 1 walk. Through 6 innings. Here's Brohammer. Whoops. 4 and a 5. I guess the lefty swung on and missed, struck him out. 4th strikeout for Lolich. And here is Chris Chambliss. One and a 8. And against the lefty, swung on and missed. Struck him out. 2 away, and here's Greg Nettles. Two and a 5, and that's just a bit outside. So 2 out walk for Nettles, and they will not hold him on. Havoc roll for Lolich. 1-3. This is a wild pitch. Not on the 8. Not holding him on. Here's Flossie. 6 and an 11. It's a fly ball to right field. 2 and a 4. Racing back on it. Let's see, 7. Northrop is a 7. That's a 7. There is no 7. Racing back towards the wall. He runs into the wall and hangs on. Makes the catch to retire the side. Wow. Yeah, on a 2-range fielder, 4 is an F1. So, tough catch. He makes it. And that retires the side. Stretch time here at Tiger Stadium. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for let's root for your favorite team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, here's Northrop. RBI double his last time up. 6 and a 6. And that's a fly ball to center field. Unser races back and makes the catch. 1 away. There's Bill Freehand. Oops, let's see if this matters. 5 and a 6. It will not. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Norm Cash. And we'll re-roll this because I want them all to go through at the same time. One and an 8, and that's a base hit for Norm Cash. And he will not be held on. All right, and here's Willie Horton. Havoc roll for Perry. Nothing on the 18. Whoops, that doesn't count. Got all three, got to go through the tray. Six and an 8. Fly ball to center field. And making the catch there is Unser. And that retires a side. Go to the top of the 8th. And Buddy Bell is going to step on deck. He will hit for Lowenstein. Or Lowenstein. So it'll be McCraw, Bell, and Duffy here. One and a 7. Fly ball to center field, and Stanley makes the catch. One away, and the Indians will go to their bench and get Buddy Bell. He will come into the game and play right field. Now batting for Lowenstein, Buddy Bell. Okay, so one away. And that is a 3 and a 10. And that's a base hit to right field. So that probably would have been a hit for Lowenstein. I know another walk, but hey. So pinch hit single for Buddy Bell. He will not be held on. 1 out single, and here's Frank Duffy. Whew. You swing away, you let him bunt, and then pinch hit for Perry. Now, I say, I'll tell you what, though, if they get a runner in scoring position, we will pinch hit for Perry. We'll let Duffy swing away. 2 is a balk or pass ball chance. Pass ball chance. Freehand is a 1 to 3. And that's a 7, so no pass ball. And here's Duffy. Five and an 8. And that's a base hit. Going to third is Bell. And actually, this is the point of weakness inning, so that's 2/3 of the way for Lolich being tired. And do they want to... Seelbach and Slayback are loosening in the bullpen. Seelbach would stay, so they will call for a pinch hitter for Perry. Roy Foster will pinch hit for Perry. It's you got to do it. I mean, you want the better hitter at the plate. And Denny Riddleberger is loosening in the bullpen with Steve Mingori. And the infield will be brought in for the Tigers. Havoc roll for Lolich. Nothing on the 3. 1 down, top of the 8th, first and third, and the Indians trail 1-0, trying to get that tying run home. 6 and a 5. Shortstop chance. Shortstop is Brinkman on a 1 and a 6. And that's an 8. So 1 and a 6 is a G1. So they avoided the hashtag, which is 1 to 4, which would have been an infield, which would have been a single. All right, there is no H for Brinkman. So on a G1 with the infield in with runners on first and third. Batter's out. Runner advanced only if forced. So it's a little roller up the short. I'm going to get the out at first. Moving to second is Duffy. And here's Del Unser to try to get the go-ahead run home. Nothing on the 4. Five and a 7 against the lefty. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. And the Indians' rally goes by the board. Wow. And so, Lolich bats third in the inning, and he will get pinch hit for. Bottom of the 8th, Indians still trail 1-0. And your new pitcher will be Denny Riddleberger, as he will replace Perry. So we'll have Stanley, Brinkman, and Al Kaline will be your pinch hitter. All right. I'm going to get Riddleberger in the scorebook here. All right. And we'll re-roll. No, we'll just re-roll the 1 dice. 6 and a 3 against a righty. And that ball is driven to deep left center field. Back goes the left fielder, McCraw. And that ball is out of here. So first batter that Riddleberger faced, that end home run chance. And Stanley has normal power. Hit 14 home runs in 1972. And that's just the insurance run that Chuck Seelbach will need. Here's Brinkman. 3 and a 5, and against the lefty. That's a ground ball to second. And that's 1 away. And they're still going to take Lolich out. He did give up 2, and he's... Yeah, they'll take him out. Kaline will pinch hit. Two and a 7, 1 to 3 double chance, and that's a pinch hit single for Al Kaline. Here's Dick McAuliffe. Havoc roll for Riddleberger. Nothing on the 6. Two and a 2 against the lefty. Fly ball to right field. And heading back to first is Kaline. And here's Tony Taylor. Nothing on the 12. Oops. 6 and a 7. 1 to 2 double chance. That's a 10, so that's a fly ball to center field. And that will retire the side. But the Tigers get the huge insurance run on the Stanley homer. And we go to the top of the 9th. Tigers lead 2-0, and Chuck Seelbach will come into the game to try to finish the game off. Brohammer, Chambliss, and Nettles do up for the Indians. And we get Seelbach in the... And here's the pitch to Brohammer. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 5 and a 6 against the lefty. Struck him out. Here's Chambliss. One and a 7. And that's into right center field for a base hit. So the tying run now at the plate is Greg Nettles. And will not hold on Chambliss. Havoc roll for Seelbach. Nothing on the 17. Four and a 7 against the lefty. That's a base hit into left field. Chambliss runs at a 12, not being held on makes him a 13. Left fielder is Horton -1. They will hold him up. So the Indians have runners on first and second with 1 out. And here's Ray Fosse. Nothing on the 3. One and a 9. And against the righty, ground ball to short. Brinkman to McAuliffe. On to Cash. That's your ball game. So Seelbach gets Fosse to ground into a double play to end the game. And your final score from Tiger Stadium, Tigers win this one 2-0. We'll be right back with your line score. All right, final line score, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Tigers. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Indians. Your winning pitcher is Mickey Lolich. Your losing pitcher is Perry. And Chuck Seelbach gets the save. Perry goes 7 innings in the loss. And Lolich goes 8 innings in the win, with Seelbach pitching the 9th for the save. All right, I do not know who the next pitcher will be. I'm sort of just going down whoever got Cy Young votes that he did not face in the regular season was a starting pitcher. And who knows, I may go back and figure out for Ferguson Jenkins who he could face. Just something until I figure out what I want to do for a next regular season project, or whether I want to do my Roberto Clemente race for 3,000. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you can. It helps the video to be seen. Please leave a comment if you'd like. Please leave a comment on how clumsy I am for letting the camera fall down. And if you have not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified of any new videos. And whatever games you are playing, please enjoy them to your fullest. Have a good night, everybody.